Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed this hidden pattern, one that runs through your entire life, touching everything from your deepest feelings to, even the device you're holding right now?
Just think about it for a second. That little burst of joy you might have felt this morning. You know, when your coffee was just right or you heard a song you love. Where did that feeling go? It came, you felt it, and then poof, it moved on.
Or how about that phone in your hand? Right now, it's probably fast, shiny, the latest and greatest, but we both know the deal, right? In a year or two, it's gonna feel clunky, slow, ready for an upgrade. Its newness just doesn't last.
And it's not just our feelings or our gadgets. Just look outside. A huge storm can feel like it's gonna last forever, but it always passes. A freezing winter always becomes spring.
Your joy, your phone, the weather, they all seem so different, but they're all playing by the exact same hidden rule. It's one of the most fundamental laws of our universe.
Okay, so what is this universal setting? We gotta give it a name. And this isn't just some vague philosophy. You can think of it more like the basic operating system for reality itself.
The official term for it is Anicca, or more simply, impermanence. It's the profound but incredibly simple truth that nothing lasts, ever. Nothing is fixed. Everything, from our own bodies to our jobs to the stars in the sky, is in a constant state of flow.
But here's the absolute key. This isn't a good thing or a bad thing. It's not a cosmic punishment. It is just a neutral law, exactly like gravity. I mean, you don't get mad at gravity for keeping you on the ground, do you? It just is. And impermanence is the same.
So that leads to the million-dollar question. If change is just this neutral, fundamental law of the universe, why does it so often feel so personal? And why does it hurt so bad? Well, our pain doesn't actually come from the change itself. Nope. It comes from the friction, this collision between two massive forces. On one side, you have our powerful, deep-seated desire for good things to last forever. And on the other, you have the universe's absolute rule that nothing does. Our suffering is born right there, in that gap.
And this fight, this resistance, it shows up in our heads in really specific ways. We cling to a good moment, absolutely terrified of it ending, or we're frozen by the fear of what the future might bring. And when something we don't like happens, we can get stuck in denial or just keep asking, why me? Why did this happen to me? That's the stuff that creates so much of our anxiety.
But what if we could just stop fighting? What if instead of constantly pushing back against this fundamental law, we actually learn to work with it? I'm telling you, that single shift in perspective, it changes the entire game. The moment you truly start to get that impermanence is just the way things are, you can start to make these changes. First, you accept it's normal, not some personal attack on you. From there, you can start to let go of that white-knuckle grip on how things have to turn out. That in turn eases anxiety because you begin to embrace that the future is supposed to be uncertain. And when you put it all together, you build this incredible resilience. You learn to adapt and just move with life's flow. Now, this isn't about being passive or just letting things happen to you. It's actually the complete opposite. It's about becoming active in a much smarter way. It's about learning to surf on the very waves that used to feel like they were pulling you under. And this really brings us to the most important takeaway of all. All that energy we spend resisting and denying and fearing change, that is the source of our suffering. The second we can just stop fighting and accept reality, well, that's where freedom begins. Seriously, think about a surfer. They don't stand on the beach screaming at the ocean because it has waves. That would be insane, right? No, they accept the waves as a given. They respect the ocean's power, they study it, and they practice, and they learn how to balance on the board. They turn a chaotic, powerful force into something exhilarating. And in the end, that's the choice this whole idea puts in front of every single one of us. The ups and the downs, the good times and the bad, the joy and the sorrow, those are life's waves. They are a given. They are coming no matter what. So the only real question left is, are you going to spend your life fighting them, or are you going to learn how to surf?